Shalom and grace and peace, everybody. This is TaliYahD. Thanks for stopping by my channel. I want to talk to you today, guys, about detox. The coronavirus has got the United States and other countries on lockdown. Everybody's talking about cleanliness and mucus and building up your immune system. But I want to talk a little bit more about detox and the revelation I received about it, that it's more than just what to remove out of your body. It's more than just removing something that made you sick or unwell or dysfunctional. Detox is a process. First, you do want to remove whatever's making you sick, what's making you ill, dysfunctional. But once that's removed from your body, once you get all cleaned out, what happens next? There has to be something that happens next. Now that you have a clean slate, nice squeaky clean body, now what? The process of detox is you have to first remove what's what's harming you, but then you have to replenish. You have to put something back in that's going to bring you back to function, bring you healing, heal whatever has been wounded in that process, from time, from eating the wrong things or past injuries and things like that. So first you want to remove what caused you harm, clean yourself up, and then you want to replenish and put back in. And then also you want to remain. You want to be consistent with that routine and not, revert back to what made you sick in the first place. So that's 3 steps: remove, replenish, remain. But I want to show you guys maybe at least 3 herbs that I think are really good cleaners to help remove not just cleaning your bowels, but also cleaning your lymphatic system, cleaning out harmful metals and things like a really deep tissue type of cleanse. So first I want to talk about milk thistle. Milk thistle is a really good herb, also blessed thistle, but milk thistle is really good it's an oxygen type of herb. And what I found out is oxygen, when you have a lot of oxygen in your body flowing and functioning, to your brain, to your heart, to your cells, a lot of diseases, a lot of bacteria and viruses cannot survive in an oxygenated type of environment. So this is a really good herb if you want a lot of oxygen in your body, promotes oxygen in your blood. It's a really good cleaner and repairer type of herb. And it's also good for if you had radiation from like chemo, or if you've had some type of cancer. That's a really good herb to drink too, to kind of flush out your system and also do a healing work along with it. And it's good for your liver. Next, I want to talk about poke root. It's also known as inkberry, Virginia poke root. It has a couple different names, but poke root, This is strong and it can be bitter. This is really good if you're trying to prevent cancer, if you're trying to prevent tumors. It's also known to help expel heavy metals and mercury out of your body. Now that's awesome. It actually helps expel and propel heavy metals out of your body, and it's really good to clean out your bowels, that a lot of tumors love that type of toxic environment. So if you clean that out, clean out the heavy metals, clean out your bowels, that's why it prevents tumors and cancers that love that type of toxic environment. And next I want to talk about cleavers. Cleavers is a really good cleaning type of herb. it's good to clean out your glands. And your glands help regulate your nervous system, your emotions, mental health. There's herbs for mental health too. And you want to cleanse out your body so you can think straight, brain fog, depression. The list goes on when it comes to mental health, and that can get away of you being functional too. So that's a really good herb for that, for your glands. And also it's also good for preventing tumors and cancer. And it's good for your kidneys, your liver, your pancreas, those organs that regulate, hormones. So those three are really good. Milk thistle, poke root, and cleavers. Now, thinking about these herbs in terms of cleaning and detoxing and removing heavy metals that could have been really deep seated in your body or could have been there for a very long time, it takes me to some scriptures that our Messiah talked about when it comes to doing like a detox. In Matthew 12, I don't remember the verse, but in Matthew 12, Yeshua talks about how if a man gets cleaned up, his house is swept out, and everything's put back together, the spirit leaves. But then, he's searching for dry places. And he comes back to the dry place. He comes back to his original house to see if that house is dry, and it is. It's swept up and it's cleaned out, but it's dry. He goes and brings back 7 more spirits with him. And the man becomes worse than what he started. And I'm like, okay, that spoke a lot to me when it came to detox, because we want to get swept out. Our vessels need to get swept out. Our vessels need to be purged, naturally and spiritually. Spiritually, removing what made you unclean. Going through these feast days to rectify any type of iniquity that you might have been, having an appetite for, or been flamed up from the past years, or what's been passed down generationally, in generational curses, and what's been passed down from your forefathers and your foremothers and great grandmamas and great grandfathers. But at the same time, you want to get cleaned out. But spiritually, you don't want to just look clean. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to just appear to be clean. You want to actually be walking in cleanliness and purify yourself and sanctify yourself. And the key to me that stuck out the most in that scripture was he said that place was dry. It was clean, but it was dry. So not only the rock just kind of like put a revelation on me just then. Dry place. In your mouth and in your throat, especially now with this coronavirus going on. I've been reading how people, they've been teaching to at least stay hydrated. That's one of the most important things. They're telling you that because you don't want a dry mouth and you don't want a dry throat. Bacteria loves dry mouth and dry throat. Why? Because they can thrive in those dry places where it is supposed to be moist. Your mouth and your throat is supposed to be moist. Your body, your vessel is supposed to be flowing with the Ruach, with water, with revelation. Yeshua said, I am your living water and you will never be thirsty again. Abide in me, he said. Remain in me. Be firm in me. Put me in that dry place. Fill yourself up with me. Remove what made you unclean. Stay away from those things that made you dysfunctional. But then at the second step after that, put me in that place. Don't leave yourself empty. Don't leave yourself unfulfilled with the Messiah, with our master, because once that place is cleaned up and swept, 7 more spirits are going to come in. You don't want to leave room for Hasatan. You don't want to leave room for spirits that are unclean. You don't want to create an opportunity for that to be filled instead of the Messiah who can keep you on the right path. You know, some people will fill themselves up with sex. They'll fill themselves up with chocolate, comfort food, throwing themselves back into work, you know, the gym, whatever the case may be. That's not the Messiah. If you're not Messiah centered, you can revert back to what got you in the state in the first place, and it can even be worse than when you started. So why risk that? Why take that chance? Allow him to clean you with hyssop. You know, allow him to purge you with that, and so you can remain in him. Remove, replenish, remain. And also, to replenish, another good herb that I forgot to mention was sea moss. Sea moss, you know, the Most High is so faithful in providing us and what to bring us back to function, medicine. You know, he gives us what we need to heal us and to cleanse us up. He is the ultimate healer. He is the ultimate provider. And sea moss is really good to actually replenish. Burdock root is good for that too. Bladderwrack is good to replenish the body and so they can remain on the right path. That was a mouthful, but I'm so glad you stuck in there and allow me to share that wisdom with you. You guys be safe out there. Shalom.